Okay, so in this video I'm going to hopefully show you how to make a deodorant bottle or a perfume bottle. So what we're going to look at today is using the follow me tool and also using the scale tool. Now this one sometimes does go wrong, so just bear with me. So first time round, if you just come into home, you'll see this page. So if we go into millimeters, I'm not going to save that. Hopefully this way around we're going to do it should be the optimum way, doing this without any faults, but it's always runs a risk of having problems doing this particular drawing. So I'm just going to do a circle 300 radius. You'll see the radius down the bottom right hand corner. Press enter, and then if we move across, so we've got that in view, what we're going to do from there is we are going to draw a rectangle up the side. So I'm going to come to the origin there, slide across on here to the end point. Hopefully I'll pick up the end of the red line. If not, it doesn't really matter. As long as it picks up a point down there, then we go up the blue line and come out, and it should give us a rectangle. Redo that again because it's not behaving itself. There we go. Just giving us a rectangle now from the centre line. So that's sat at the origin, and then it's running out to the outer circle. It doesn't matter if it's running on the red line or the green line, for as long as we're running straight up the blue line there, that's fine. So from there, next thing we're going to do is just rotate into a position where I can see most of the circle. I'm going to use follow me tool. Follow me tool is this one here, down the side. I click the shape, and then I'm going to follow around, and hopefully it'll work out to try and do a circle. You're going to create a circle like that. Now what you will find is down at the bottom it's actually made a hollow shape now. So what I am going to need to do, I'm just going to put a line across. So I'm going to snap onto the midpoint, and I'm going to go across to the opposite midpoint, and that will fill in that section. Zoom out and come up to the top. Again, I'm just going to pop a line on here, and I'm going to go midpoint to midpoint. So I'm going to come to the side here where it goes turquoise. Snap across to the other side. Not quite lined up with where I was expecting that. What I have to do is just redo that line. And this is where it can go wrong with this type of drawing. Try going there from the end point across. There we go, end point to end point on this one, and that's gone through the centre line there. So we do need to make sure it's just that we're hitting that centre line, and we're going to create problems for ourselves. Hopefully it'll go midpoint to midpoint on yours. So from there I can find the middle of that line. I can draw another circle out. Doesn't matter how big this is, I'll go for about 150, so it's in proportion. And then I'll delete the outer lines there. And then once more, I'm just going to draw a rectangle on here. The rectangle tool. Click there, I'm going to touch onto that end point there, and then hopefully, there we go, so it's tracking up. So you'll see it's gone blue just below the pencil there, because it's following the blue line at the other side, and that's drawn us a top section on there. So I'm going to turn this into a cap running round, but I want a little bit of a curve on this, so what I'm going to do, just go onto that top line there. So I'm going to click anywhere on that edge about a quarter of the way along, and I'll go down to the midpoint on there, and then I want to draw a line between 2 points. So I want the 2-point arc tool. So I can go from there, and then I'm drawing up to the top there, and as long as I'm staying on that edge there, that should allow us to keep the shape. and then remove that with the rubber, remove the top bit there. One thing that can go wrong with the arc tool, with the 2-point arc tool, is if it grabs onto something behind. So this should work fairly well. Now I can also delete that little line under there. I can come out, and again I want the follow me tool, and there we go, it's snapped on, it's worked out as a circle. Might be a slight anomaly in there where it's got those sections. I'm not too worried about that. So there we have a bottle. Now next section of this, so in terms of making it offset in shape and size, what I'm going to do is I'm going to select the whole item. Now when you are dragging across, if you drag left to right, you will only take areas that fall under it. So for instance, if I drag across there, it's taken down to the lid. If I drag across there, it's only selected below a bit. If I drag across that bit there, it's only taken the top section. If you go right to left, anything that falls under it will be selected. So anything it touches, it will take those lines. So what I'm going to do from there is I'm going to select the whole thing. Then I'm going to come over to the side here, down here, got the move tool, and this bottom one here we've got scale. I'll just rotate this around a little bit so you can see. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to squish the bottle. Just click off it. So we've got our squished bottle now, slightly different shape. And the other thing we can actually do on this, if we want to pop a letter on there, let's put P for perfume in. I've set it to 100 height there previously and 5mm extrusion, so that means it's popping out 5 at the side. So I can just literally stick that on there, slightly out there, so I'll just exit. So I can just move this around, popping it on the side. That'll work quite nicely. Yep, so it's sat on the surface there. I did want to alter the height of that, if I remember rightly from the old software. Should be able to click on it in here and edit component. So you could alterate within that. I wouldn't worry too much about it for now. So, next thing to do. If I want to make this look like a material, then I'm going to need to select across there. So if I just select from left to right, and then if I go for the paint tool, up here you'll probably come up with this house option for a start. If you go onto the glass section there, and then you can just literally click from the glass there across and pour it in, and then you've also got the option of selecting the cap, and we could turn that into metal. So pour metal on there for a slightly different metal shade. There we go, and it's rendered it as I've zoomed in. So that's given us our item, our glass bottle with a metal top. And if you wanted, for instance, to make that letter metal instead, you could just paint on there. Right, good luck with that.